Okay, so here in today's video, we are going to be looking at how Desmos can help us with the line of best fit. So when you open up your assignment, you'll find your Desmos link. I'm going to go ahead and open Desmos up here in a new tab. So here's my Desmos. I'm on the graphing calculator is where it should have taken you to. And then I'm going to look here. What's my first slide tell me? It says the table show the length, inches, y, and the x months of measurements you have collected for a science project. It would like for us to enter the table into Desmos, create a line of best fit using the formula, and then insert a screenshot from Desmos showing your scatter plot of the line of best fit before we answer the questions. Okay, so we're going to have to get a table into Desmos. That's what it says first. So I'm looking here, I'm going to take this information and type it into Desmos. So let's switch over to Desmos. And I need a table. And if you notice, it doesn't look like we have a table. But what if I say add item? See on the left-hand side here, I see that plus sign up in the upper left. I'm going to click it. And I'm going to scroll down to table. Now I have X and Y. Well, that's exactly what I have in my table. I have X and Y. So we're going to take the information and move it over. So for instance, September was 0 was X, so 0 and 22. That's what we'll type in here. So our first X was 0, and the Y that goes with it is 22.0. So I can tab, I can use my arrow keys. My arrow keys will go up and down as well. But I'm just going to go ahead and finish typing this in. So 1, I tab over, I get 22.5. I hit tab. I have 2, 23.5. I tab 3, tab 25.0. And I'm going to keep going all the way through here. So yes, you do need to put every single one of these in there because they are all going to factor into the line of best fit. So we can't skip anybody because they all play a role in creating this particular line of this data set. Okay, so I have my table in here. And you might be looking over here on the side going, okay, I see your table, but where is your line, right? There's nothing happening. There's no scatter, and that should be a scatter plot. So I'm going to use and scroll out until I find it. I can, oh, there it is. I can also drag and drop until I find what I need. So here's my scatter plot. What I need to do now, according to the directions, after I have my scatter plot, is create the line of best fit using the formula. Now the formula, you know, we just need to add a few little details. So when we want a line, we type in y equals mx plus b. Well, we are going to actually tell the computer we want it to create y equals mx plus b. And this is how we do that. Listen carefully. I type the y. I type the number 1, just the number 1, and look what happens. It drops down. That's telling it that it wants to match the y. The 1 is the name, just like the table. Now we need the approximate sign. And you're like, where is that? So look at the 1. Go to the left, the very first key, the one before the 1. You want the approximate sign is the wave on top. So shift and the wave. Okay, so that's approximately. Now we're using y equals mx plus b. So m, x. Now I have to tell them I want the x1 from the table. So I'm going to type 1 and it's automatically going to drop down. And you see a line, but that doesn't look very good because we don't have the plus b. And check that out. Now you have a line right through your data. Now you have to make sure that you have the y1 is similar to mx1 plus b. Write that down. You're going to need it several times today. What's really cool is if you scroll here to the bottom, look, it has parameters. The parameters at the bottom, we don't care about the statistics. We don't care about the residuals today. We want the parameters. M equals 1.1369. M is right there. There's your slope, is 1.1369. B is 21.5833. It found all the information for you. So you don't have to use our old way where we had to find M, then we had to plug it in, then we had to solve. all the information is right here. So I'm going to go ahead and write that down so we can go back and answer our questions. Okay, so now that I have this written down, now I will say this, I'm going to round to the nearest hundredth because these numbers are really long. So instead of 1.1369, I'm going to put 1.1. I want the 3, but the 3 needs to be a 4 because the 6 is greater than 5. So I have 1.14, and then I have 21. I want the second space, that's a 3, so that's okay, so 21.58. Now we're going to go back. It says insert a screenshot from Desmos. Okay, for what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to pick this up. You're going to do your screenshot of your screen here. So I want this up here. Give me as much of this as you can that you're going to enter into the slide. So I'm going to do that. So I have my screenshot on my computer, and then it says answer the questions. So let's go ahead and take a look at our questions. Up first, it says type the equation of the line of best fit and slope-intercept form. So really, what is it asking you for here? Y equals mx plus b, right? Well, we know m and b, so we're going to use that information. So y equals, well, we said it was 1.14, and then that was the m, so x plus, we said 21.58. So there's your y equals mx plus b. And then using the equation to predict the length of the baby alligator's length next September. Okay, so let's go back and think. It says next September. This September is 0, right? So 1 is January, 2 is February, 3 is March. So wait a second, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. So 8 would be May, 9 would be June, 10 would be July, 11. Oh, that works out. 12 months, right? Okay, so we're going to plug that in to this equation. Remember, our months are X. So we're going to plug it in for X, and we're going to find Y. So try it, and then come back. All right, looking at the bottom box, I typed it up. Y equals 12 was X, so I put 12 in for X. So this is Y equals 1.14. In parentheses, I put 12. Now remember, we're multiplying. So I multiplied 1.14 times 12, and then I added the 21.58, and I find that the estimated length of the baby alligator next September will be 35.26. Now, I've also added my screenshot. So put your screenshot up here where I can still see all of your answers, and you need to make sure that your screenshot is on the slide. Now, what do I mean by on the slide? If it's over here, I can't see any of this. It's like it cuts it off. So make sure it's actually on the slide, and you just don't cover up any of your other answers. So that's example number 1. Again, we started by entering a table into Desmos. We used the magic formula with the ones and the approximate sign. We took a screenshot, we put that on our slide, and then we answered the couple questions that they give us.